Film critics have given Black Adam a 40% on Rotten Tomatoes, but the 90% audience score sends a very clear message to critics. It doesn't matter what you think. Dwayne Johnson plays Black Adam, the most electrifying man in superhero entertainment, in the latest addition to the DCEU. When Intergang, a global crime syndicate, occupies the war-torn nation of Kondak, the People's Champ finally has come back home to put the smackdown on every evildoer in his path. Turns out Intergang is betting everything they have on finding the crown of Sabak, an ancient artifact which grants unlimited power to its wielder. But after being trapped in the Rock of Eternity for over 1,000 years, the People's Champ, Black Adam, is in a very bad mood. And Intergang should have known, you always bet on black. The Justice Society of America is sent by Amanda Waller to contain our wizard anti-hero. But when they lecture him on ethics, he tells them to know their role and shut their mouths. Wacky superhero antics ensue in this shockingly violent superhero romp that fans are sure to get a charge out of. This is a non-spoiler review, so without giving anything away, one of the main things I enjoyed about this film was the Justice Society of America and their team dynamic. I like the simplicity of introducing them all in one film, rather than waiting 4 years for everyone to get their own solo feature before they fight Black Adam. It honestly reminded me of Bryan Singer's original X-Men film, where you're introduced to a world of heroes and everyone gets his chance to shine, but it is handled in an expedient and self-contained manner. One of the other things I think DC films do extremely well are displays of raw power. Black Adam is introduced almost like an anime villain, and I may be biased here, but when you introduce someone in a black cape lifting his enemy by the throat and killing him, it's a pretty iconic way to start your film. Honestly, with the dark hood and the way he cooks the guy with lightning, it feels like a very dark side thing to do. Not DC dark side, Sith Lord dark side, you know what I mean. It also had kind of a Mortal Kombat fatality vibe to it. But I must admit, since it was The Rock frying the guy, it would have been a perfect time for him to say, "If you smell what The Rock is cooking." But seriously, I think Black Adam's brutality serves an important function in the overall DCEU, because it gives audiences a glimpse of who Superman could be if he never controlled himself. He essentially embodies all of Batman's fears from Batman v Superman, and it serves as an excellent contrast to Superman's benevolent use of power, painting Clark in an even more heroic light than before. Fun fact, Liam Neeson was nearly cast as Dr. Fate, but Qui-Gon just can't seem to win the Duel of the Fates, it seems, because the role was taken from him by Pierce Brosnan, who was easily one of my favorite characters in the entire movie. He added a level of class and wise grandfatherly charm to the film, and I truly enjoyed his friendship with Hawkman, who was another one of my personal favorites. From his jet to his manor house, everything about the guy screamed cool, and I would love to see a film that explored this character further. Rounding out the Justice Society were Cyclone and Atom Smasher, who served as the comic relief for the film. But what I liked about Cyclone was that she never treated Atom Smasher like he was stupid, even though he was a giant goober. Now, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, however. There are a few things I didn't like about the film. First, I know they were going for kind of a T2 thing with the kid befriending an unstoppable killing machine, but honestly, I didn't like it in Terminator 2 either. They also used the Guardians of the Galaxy trick of playing an old rock and roll song during a very violent action sequence to help bring down the rating. Now, I understand why they did it, but it still broke the mood for me personally. And while this isn't a criticism, unlike a lot of other superhero films, Black Adam certainly earns its PG-13 rating due to its violence and some frightening images during the third act. So I highly recommend parents with younglings should watch this before you let your young children see it. In the end, Black Adam not only delivers an exciting action-adventure film, Dwayne Johnson is a comic book character come to life, and his love for not only the character, but for the fans is clearly evident. He fought for 15 long years to get this film made, and promised this would begin a new era for the DCEU, where they listen to the fans and give the people what they want to see, truly making him the people's champion. So, for its exciting action set pieces, wizard special effects, shocking displays of raw power, and for Dwayne Johnson's respect for the fans, I give Black Adam a solid 4 out of 5 Death Stars. The force is strong with this one. This week's video was brought to you by the generosity of Rob's Rules from Everything Star Wars. You are a credit to the Empire, my friend, and we thank you for your support. This has been Vader Reviews. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications, and follow me on Twitter @Vader Reviews. Join the Empire today. You do not yet realize your importance. Share these videos, and together we will rule the internet. And always remember, you don't know the power of the dark side.